Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome,
To Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with,
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
And there you go again.
Just my friendly reminder to everyone joining us, please wear your masks in public places. Obviously, here, I don't need to, but it's serious out there. Masks.
We are aware that we are still experiencing some choppiness. We recently changed our main software. Here comes the cat again.
We basically changed our computer, really, is what he's saying. We had to reload our broadcasting software, and we're trying to work with bitrate and different things to get it right. So we might end up doing some more pop-up lives. They're going to be brief, and they're not going to be readings for people, but, it'll be live, so you're welcome to just join us when that happens.
We're going to try to do maybe a special out of the ordinary kind of reading. So yesterday we actually did a reading for
the U.S. It was
America's birthday.
July
so you can
4th.
Catch that. It'll be on our YouTube channel, or it is. And so we're going to do that as we're trying to figure out what our situation is, because it's a little bit choppy for people. The audio seems to stick, but the picture kind of jumps around.
Yeah. So be aware, and we apologize for now while we go through this period of transition. Everybody is on the list, just letting you know, and we're going to get started with a reading for the collective.
Alrighty.
Is OBS telling you frames are dropping? Monster's asking. It's those lights flashing, probably. Hey, Monster, can he click on those lights that are flashing? Because he doesn't see a message there.
I see little things before, like recording and live. It says we've been live for 7 minutes. But when the squares change color, then I see that a number changes by KB/S, and I guess that's the kilobytes thing. It's all way too technical for me, sadly.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there, Monster. I agree. Anyway, we are on now.
Right. So
and we're going to get rolling.
I
I do have my suspicions about this whole problem, but we still got to work it out. We'll see what happens. Thanks for all of your help, Monster. You're doing what you can with your old parents. He's stumped. Uh-oh. Well, I'm still not ruling out what I said about my cable equipment. I'm beginning to wonder. But anyway, we'll talk more later about that, Monster. I have pulled for the collective today, I'm sorry. It's the 9 of Swords. This, by the way, is I'm just going to hold it up here, my Tarot of Affirmations. And it's by Sally Hill, with Pamela Coleman Smith artwork, of course, recolored by Mary Hanson Roberts. And basically it's this. These are affirmations to keep in mind. And you know what? With the 9 of Swords coming up, it is apropos. We have all been kind of suffering through the quarantines and the various stages of the pandemic. Some of us losing people. So here are some affirmations based on the 9 of Swords. I am allowing long-standing issues to rise to the surface. I have the courage to release repressed thoughts. I am gaining mental clarity by examining the training, experiences, and expectations that influence my present thinking. I am integrity. I confront my thoughts openly and honestly before choosing which ones to act upon. And I open myself up to positive mental energy that permits movement to freedom, hope, and action. And so there's the affirmation for today for everybody.
Very nice. Thank you.
Hi, Nomad Trees.
Nomad has joined us. Hi, Nomad.
Welcome. We will add you to the list and excuse our technical difficulties. Hopefully the next stream we will have everything solved, but you never know.
Thanks, RC. Much love to you and everyone else, too. Thank you.
I know we'll figure it out, Monster, if you're still with us. We'll get there. So Mercury retrograde, equipment woes, electronics. What a surprise, huh? All right, let me add Nomad to the list. Nomad, we have a list, and you're at the bottom right now. I'll go over everybody on the list. So we have Aaliyah came in first, Acel, Libra Castile, RC Fun, E.T., I Ride a Broom, Cheryl, Josephine, KC, Pragya, Angel Mary, and Nomad Trees. I don't think I've missed anyone, so that's what we have. Mr. O, what decks do you have today for us?
Well, I have Nefertari's Golden Tarot. Whoops, let's pull the camera down there.
Watch your cup there, Mr.
I know. I'm trying to do multitasking.
I could take
here.
it by me here.
No.
Okay.
And that's the Nine of Chalices there. And then I also have the Mermaid Tarot, which we kind of like to use here now and then. And that's the Knight of Chalices there. There we go. I like that one. It's very delicate. And yeah, I'm bouncing around some cats. The cats are asserting themselves on the set here.
He's gone. Awesome.
So
hopefully he won't jump because you should move that back. Just
will.
my advice. So those two only, Mr. O. You've gotten a little bit shrunk down today. That's fine.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
I like to be complicated. I have the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. I have the, oh gosh, The After Tarot once again by Corinne Kenner and some wonderful artists who have recreated the Rider-Waite. I have the Animal Totem Tarot by Lisa Robertson, illustrated by Eugene Smith. And finally, I will be switching off between, again, the Healing Lenormand, Healing Light Lenormand by Christopher Butler, and the Mystical Lenormand, painted by Urban Trash and by Regula Elizabeth Fletcher. Fichter, I think, actually. Sorry about that.
Hi, Angel. Angel
Hey,
Rivera.
Angel Rivera has come. Welcome, Angel. We'll get you on the list. All right, then. Let's get rolling. You want to use one of yours first?
Sure, let's go ahead with the Nefertari.
Yep.
And your screen looks really frozen over there, your monitor, so I'm wondering if maybe that's what everybody else is getting.
I'm going to go out and go back in again.
Okay. So Aaliyah is our first.
Aaliyah's our first one. So Aaliyah, you can go ahead with your question as I try to get back on here. There I am. Okay, and it's moving a little bit. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. One of the cameras... Oh, I see. It's got the board. Okay. It just looked funny. Funky to me.
Yes, well...
So Sassy has joined us for now.
Okay, so a question about your mom's health. So we'll just do kind of like a general read and see what we can pick up on that.
Okay.
And thank you for the question. Go ahead.
Hope everybody had a great holiday yesterday. I think there have been a number of complaints that fireworks have been out of control this year in the U.S. And we were lucky around us, but some friends we visited on Friday, it was really crazy around there.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
Nope.
It kind of scares the animals and things like that. Go ahead and cut.
Yep.
And I'll have you put those back, but I'll draw the cards maybe.
All right then.
Alrighty. So our first card is the Empress, and it's upright. So I'm going to put that there. We'll have to move that in a moment. And then our next card is the Eight of Cups, and that's reversed. So I'm going to move this over here and point her down a little bit. There we go. And then finally we have the reversed Ten of Swords.
Oh, all in all, Leah, it's not a terribly bad reading. I mean, it might leave us with more questions, maybe, than answers, but I would say that starting off with the Empress is a really positive sign. That's very healthy vibe to that card.
It doesn't always specifically talk to health, but it really is like a very beneficent card. So it could speak about things flourishing, things being beneficent and fruiting and flowering. So in that sense, it may be that her health maybe is going to change, or that is not seriously impacted.
Right.
With the Eight of Cups reversed,
I have thoughts too, but go ahead with that.
this could actually signify maybe the idea that they might need to speak to another doctor, another analysis, because it really sounds like a change, or sort of looking at it from another point of view, or wanting to kind of change the path there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I was also going to suggest too, because it doesn't connect with the past so much, maybe, but perhaps there is another doctor that your mom knows and trusts that she could get another opinion from, maybe.
Maybe the Empress actually represents that. You know.
I had another thought about the Empress.
Go ahead.
Chomping at the bit here. And I was going to say that the Empress also could indicate that maybe some other type of healthy habits are going to be needed to be considered here, because the Empress is about growing things and very natural things, and brings up a lot about earth and nature and the healing powers of nature. So I tend to think more healthy diet may be in order for sure.
Right. We're not able to diagnose.
No.
But I do know from my own experience that I have a close friend, one of my few, just because I'm kind of a recluse kind of guy, and they didn't eat very healthy, and I kind of hinted at that a little bit. They actually had to wait until somebody more medically inclined told them that, but it really did make a difference. So sometimes just better eating habits are important there. Now, before our Sun Man knocks it over, I'm going to go talk about the Ten of Swords, which is reversed. And that does seem to look kind of interesting, because in a good way, it more or less indicates that if there is some sort of adversity, enemy thing there, with the idea about, some evil force, i.e. disease, not medicine, but something that's impacting, it looks like there's this really great opportunity to reverse that, to overthrow that, to defeat it.
You're talking about the 10?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, the 10 to me seems to indicate, because it is reversed, that again, Aaliyah, I do sense a healing process is going to be in place. I am not clear here if this does indicate to me that maybe, there is going to be some kind of treatment plan she's going to have to go through, or maybe some minor surgery. But it seems to me that there will be a healing process, and it's certainly on the more positive side than the negative.
Right. We see this as really looking much more likely to have a good outcome here. We certainly hope that's so. We're going to pull the Lenormand now and see if it gives us any more detail. But in general, I'm thinking maybe there's just somebody who is more able to impart healing, or that it triggers it within oneself. And I'll be honest here, I've known a number of doctors and nurses from the time that we used to work in medical. Some of them are still friends. A great nurse is a wonderful person. Sometimes nurses just know things the doctors don't understand or get about the healing process.
Wow.
I don't want to slam doctors.
Leah?
I think they have a different role to play.
The first card I drew was the book, number 26. And then I've got number 33, the key. And so to me, again, research and educating herself is the key. So I think also maybe to find somebody that is well educated, in other words, maybe if she feels good about getting more information and going to another source for information, like suggested here, and to check it out, it's not a bad idea, because there's definitely something more that's needed to be discovered here.
Well, you've kind of indicated that she doesn't feel she's getting a clear answer, possibly. And I'm thinking that's what those cards have shown us, that maybe she needs to look, to explore, to look for the key to things here. And so maybe this is all going to provide a fruitful exercise for her that maybe through either referrals or her own insistence or people who are helpful to her, like yourself, or people who are able to give advice, she will be able to really turn the corner on that and be in charge of her own health, because I think that's just something that's important for everybody, really. Doctors and nurses are wonderful, but sometimes they're overtaxed. They're especially overtaxed now, and
Absolutely.
sometimes some people fare better in the healthcare system. Sadly, I hate to have to say that. So, God bless you. God
Wish
bless
you luck. Wish your mother the best, and I think she'll come through this. So tell her to hang in there and get checked out. And make sure if she's not getting the information she needs or the answers she needs, to seek out somebody else. Yeah. That's what we have for you, Aaliyah. So we're on Acel. Hey, Acel, you are up. And after Acel is Libra Castell, RC, Fun, Esoterics, I Ride a Broom, Cheryl, Josephine, KC, Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad Trees, and Angel Rivera.
All right.
Well, I
And
see
you're
you had some
welcome.
fireworks, Angel. Yeah, we had the most we heard in our area was last night, and it really wasn't that bad. I think it really ended by 11:30. I think people were done with it, and it was okay. There was some loud ones. Our cats kind of hovered around us during the
Yeah,
night.
they were a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But we know people who live in some of the small cities around us. We're kind of in the downriver area, so there's a community a stone's throw away, it seems like. And they actually get some louder stuff over there, too. So we're kind of glad we didn't get that.
You're welcome, Aaliyah. So, Acel, are you still with us, or maybe you ran into some of the problems with our technical difficulties? I'll just type your name. So type your question, Acel. You are up, and we will move on from there. We'll give Acel a few moments and talk about some things. Maybe.
Well, once we really get clear on our problems with uploading or whatever is going on with the bit rates and the live stream stuff, we're going to focus a little bit more on some of the other things that we're hoping to do that will be new. You're going to be bringing out Material
Matters, I'm hoping, is starting this next weekend to come Monday. So hopefully next Monday, a week from Monday, you will see your first Material Matters from me. Which is kind of the corollary to his emotional exchanges. But this is about money, jobs, education, all that kind of stuff.
And both of us are going to be working on some new soul stories. I've hinted in the past about doing one, but I think I have another one or two that might be pretty cool to do. So I'm hoping to do that somewhere in the next month or so.
Oh, Casey likes your tie.
Oh, thank you. I like to be jarring, so I'm going to wear a green shirt and beret and then black and white and red.
His style sense is truly unique. I won't say that's necessarily the thing that attracted me to him.
It was very different back then. But I'll give you a little clue. I always hated hats, so I never wore hats. But now that I'm going bald, a hat's okay. But what did I have? Oh dear, I had this outfit that I used to wear to rock concerts, and
he thinks the tie goes well with the shirt.
I actually do too, thank you. You have taste, sir. You have taste.
Okay.
But I used to wear this chartreuse sort of bush jacket, the one with the pockets. And then maybe there was an ascot that had colors of green and pink in it. And other stuff.
Say no more, Mr. O. We've got to move on. Acel
Okay.
apparently is not here or is having technical problems because of our technical problems. We're going to move on to Libra. Hey, Libra, you are up. I see you're in
Libra.
the chat. So go ahead and type your question. And after Libra's RC Fun, Esoterics, and then I Ride a Broom.
I admit it, there was this place back in the late 60s and 70s called Pants Galore, and you could buy crushed velvet bell bottoms, and I had a pink pair, a very purple pair, a very red pair. I had not large, but smallish orange and blue platform shoes with a heel like maybe about 2 to 3 inches.
You know how I have soul stories? I think Mr. O is going to have Mr. O's true stories.
Wardrobe malfunctions, or maybe they should be called wardrobe nightmares.
Okay, we have Libra's question. Do you want me to grab a
All
deck? I will.
How does Joey feel? Alrighty. You got a deck for us?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The list is going, Nomad. You're still a ways off, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. You're still a ways down the list, Nomad. I'll read the whole list after this reading.
And I'll just have to be honest, we're known for kind of like our chattery ways, so sometimes we do get a little carried away.
I'll try to rein him in. Gaurav, I'll add you to the list. It is kind of a long list, so be patient. Welcome to the show. Please like and subscribe, and you'll get notifications. And the earlier you get in the room, the more likely you get a reading. But we'll try to read for everybody on the list thus far. It's a long list, so we're moving.
Come for the readings, but stay.
How does Joey feel? Here
for
we go.
the kitty.
Shuffle and cut. Aww. Sassy is very relaxed today.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Gaurav. Oops, something startled. It's okay. It's okay. Oops, she's wanting out. Or something. Watch your glass. That's all I ask. Well, you know, there's a little bit of a mixed bag here for you, Libra. We have the Eight of Cups, and it's reversed. We have the Page of Pentacles, and that is upright. We have the Three of Pentacles, and it's reversed. So, do you want to start? I started last time, I think, so I'll let you go.
Maybe in some ways, Joey feels that you draw them yourself. You draw them, I guess, against the grain, against the stream, because it's like the stream wants you to go one way, but maybe Joey feels that you go the other way, or you draw them the other way, and Sun or Sassy's blocking me here. What is that? The Page of Pentacles?
The Page of Pentacles, upright.
But still, there's a sense of they feel like you persevere towards your goals. Maybe that's what it is that you're not afraid to switch streams and be malleable a little bit, be more able to do that, not be strictly speaking the salmon that has to return to the scene of the crime or whatever, but somebody who can actually bend a little bit. And then finally, what is that one? The Three of Pentacles reversed. It may indicate that maybe they feel you're destined for better things, and that maybe there are times where you struggle against somebody seeing you or understanding you as you would rather be seen, maybe more creative or more in charge of what your fate is, what your goals are. What do you think about that?
It's such a little mixed bag here that I'm having a little problem with it. But I think with the Eight of Cups, what I'm seeing is that, it's like, how does he feel? He feels as though there's something that brings him back to a happier time, not from his past per se, but it's like something that he feels very positive about. But on the other...
I did get the past connection.
Okay, but on the other hand, he feels like he may, that he's worried about, that, pursuing you will the efforts pay off? It seems as though he wants to, he has feelings of persevering, maybe of coming towards you, but he's worried about whether this is really going to pay off. He feels, he's not inadequate, but that maybe, and not worthy, but that just maybe he's not good enough in some way. That he needs to prove himself more. And maybe that is what he's trying to do. I'm not sure. or will be.
Well, maybe it's time to throw the Lenormand.
I don't know. Do you have anything to add on that?
No, not really.
You went
I
in
think
a little different tangent, so yeah, I know.
But I was first, so maybe you went in a little different tangent.
Okay, I did. I did it. Well, when I told you to go first, I didn't know you were going to go do all the cards at once, Mr. O. So, there. So we are enjoying how does retirement feel, Mr. O? I hear you were kicked out of your work
Well, it probably
system
happened
network
pretty
already.
quick. I don't remember when I checked it. Was it really?
So he's really gone.
Yeah, because I work for a city municipality and I'm involved in various websites, intranets, and things like that. I guess it's just a security protocol. I went in there a day or so later just to see if I could look at something I wanted to remember. I won't say what that was, and nope, I'm out of there.
Well,
Thank you, Kellyo.
Libra, this was about how they felt about you. So I'm not exactly sure how to say this, but here is the whip or the rope. And here is the sun. I get the feeling that something is going to happen pretty soon, where something is going to be revealed, and hopefully it's positive. Because I sense the sun being next to this means that it's going to be something good, because the sun is always a positive card, even next to some of the more negative cards.
Well, for me, then I would just say that I'm thinking there's a correlation with that Page of Pentacles, and that it relates to a message coming quickly or soon that will more or less give you the insight you want. And it's mostly a good message. It may just be about really clarifying where these situations go. I mean, we don't really technically know if Joey's interest in you is about romanticness, or if it's about something to do with friendships, or if it's about to do with family situations or work situations. So we just kind of gave you a sense of what that looks like.
Yeah. So whichever the way may be, this person seems like they have some feelings, or some connection with you that they want to explore, but I sense they just are not ready for possibly their own inner struggles, with self-doubt, and they just maybe need a little nudge in the right direction potentially. And that's what we have for you, Libra. I hope that helps. And I see that Merwin just dropped in to say hi.
Hi, Merwin.
And said, enjoy your retirement, Mr. O.
Will do.
And we have Divine U is here.
And yes, I saw Divine U earlier. Hi there.
Welcome. We're still having some technical difficulties. You'll notice, Divine U, so hang in there with us.
But RC is next.
Yeah.
And we have a question already.
Okay, yeah, RC is up. And then Esoterics will be after RC. Then I Ride a Broom, Cheryl, Josephine, KC, Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, Acel, Gaurav, and Divine U.
Okay, so Mary and Amy. Let's use the Mermaid Tarot.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me take a look at that again, just to be sure.
Should we do that as a yes or no?
Okay. Yeah, I think so.
All righty. And then we can take it from there if we need to. All righty. Shuffle.
Okay.
And I see I'm getting little bits of cat hairs flying around.
Oh, my goodness. We are in a real hot streak. But have you heard that news about Siberia? 100-degree temperatures there? That is crazy. I have never heard of such a thing in my lifetime. All right. Want me to count?
Yes, please.
I got it.
I guess we don't really need this for that.
Nope. Well, it's barely as a 12th card. RC, it is leaning towards yes. What we do have here is the Knave of Pentacles reversed. And so I'm wondering if they too have some issues with timing. In other words, I think it's going to happen, but I'm not sure it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, it might be more about needing to put it on a schedule, because it looks like maybe there's a situation. I would say it's a program, maybe it's some sort of course of study or some sort of short-term situation, a project that maybe the feeling is one needs to get through that a little bit, or square that up somehow. Something to be squared up.
You know, there's some
Excuse me.
I don't know if it's more material matters that are at issue here, as opposed to romantic. Like there's feelings are strong, but there's just these other hurdles that need to be overcome. And I don't know if it has to do with, health and well-being, that somebody is concerned about somebody's health and well-being, but there's delays and there's kind of a wait and see attitude. That's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know, because
I agree for the most part. We're going to go ahead and do that Lenormand so we can see how that works with a little extra texture there, maybe.
I think it's wise, I do, especially if there is water on the under the bridge already. You need to take your time and just see how those waters are flowing before you recommit. Seriously.
Every situation is different. I actually have known personally, but I don't know everybody involved, but I know the members of two different couples or families where they have sort of dissolved the legal form of the marriage, but they're still live together and or have some strong connection. What do you have?
Well, this is really interesting, RC. I don't know. I have this card, which is the Cross and Grief. And then I have the Friend card. And, it sounds like the two of you are very bonded, and what I'm thinking this might mean here is, maybe you have grown stronger together through some of the struggles you've had to face. Some of the grief and things that you've had to go through has bonded you closer together. It's kind of the way these came out, as I drew the Cross card first.
It could just mean, too, that from a sense of loyalty, that you stuck with each other to help each other through some rough times. Or you've tried as much as possible to remain loyal to each other during some rough times.
There's many things that will, bond people together. And some of the pains that we experience in life, even if it is with each other, can, in the end, bring you closer together. So that's what we have for you, RC. Best of luck with that. You will have to keep us posted.
I actually had a situation like that where people just didn't understand what my connection was with somebody. It was a coworker, and the thing was, we had went through so many things together in the same period of time. We had both lost a parent. We had both had a number of things happen, and also, even though we didn't know each other before we worked together, we had some very interesting shared experiences. Grew up in a neighborhood that was very peripheral to each other, a lot of stuff like that. So it's very interesting what can bond you.
Hey, Esoterics, you are up, and after Esoterics is I Ride a Broom, Cheryl, Josephine, KC, Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad, Angel Rivera, Asel, Garab, and Divine You.
Don't laugh, but somehow these are over in my area.
Well, we haven't used them since, thankfully. That would be bad.
I said don't laugh.
That would be bad, Mr. O. I'm going to bring out the other deck here again, the After Tarot. All right, well, hang in there, RC. We're waiting for Esoterics. Are you with us? Hopefully you've weathered our bad glitches here. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see what we come up with. That's a good question, Esoteric.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of kind of focused business questions in that sense, so this will be a little challenge for us.
One
perhaps.
that I often need to ask myself, I think.
Yes, we're ready to start putting some more moves out there. We're going to go get an actual P.O. box.
Yep, that's going to happen this week, so we'll announce that.
And some other things.
Some other things are coming. But
Crossing
like I said, my
fingers.
material matter starts next week. That'll keep me busy. Oh, wow, Casey. I think I said the same thing. Oh, sorry. I was leaving Mr. O out. I should not do that. Grab this one.
Thank you, Esoterics. I really appreciate that.
Oh, it's been crazy. I'm so glad he's retired. I'm just pensively awaiting what's going to happen in my workplace. So this week is going to be an interesting week. And I guess I'll find out more about when I'll be going back. So we'll see.
Okay, I have cut the deck.
All right.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's a mixed bag, E.T. We've got the King of Swords upright. We have the Two of Wands, and that one's reversed. And we also have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So, interesting because you're asking about what, where should you focus your energies?
In terms of business.
I think it's on being decisive, number one. I think the King of Swords here is kind of the big wheel in relation to this. I think everything is going to spring from that. And I think this might be the way it is because maybe because you are very confused about what directions to go right now. And so therefore, things are kind of sputtering. And also, maybe things financially are not quite where you want them to be. So, and even if it's good financial times, this still might not be paying off for you in some other ways that is leaving you feeling dissatisfied. So, because sometimes we may have it all financially, but what does it cost us to get there? Okay? Is it costing us our sanity? Should we lighten up on that end? These are just some ideas I'm throwing out there because I'm sure Mr. O has more.
Yeah, I'm kind of differing a little bit here because I'm thinking that the King of Swords says you may want to check out some of the legal isms about certain things with your business because what I'm thinking this card is telling me is that maybe you have been thinking about or maybe you want to consider a partnership, that this is a person who maybe is coming out of their own situation, or to me, I'm just getting the idea here that maybe there's sort of a strength in numbers, that maybe there's a way of sharing some of the burdens and that maybe you have to investigate that from the legal point of view. But then I see this one in the middle and maybe that's just telling me too that you sensed you need a slight overall change in your direction just in terms of appearances, like maybe how you want to appear more. So maybe this is talking a little bit about some more cosmetic looking changes, but really are going more to the heart of where you think you could put your business. And like I said, I think it has something to do with maybe some sort of partnership. I don't think it's a person on air with you necessarily. But
I stand by what I said with these two cards, but I see actually what he's saying here with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, ET, because oftentimes...
Sanity. I'm sorry.
Hey, Dr. V.
Hi, Dr. Victor.
We'll throw you on the list, but it's a kind of long list. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's hard to say what it is now because, you just get so
at this
busy
point.
and you have to move quickly sometimes.
But anyway, esoterics, I just want to say that, the Nine of Pentacles, when it's upright, is talking about solitary pleasure of material benefits, and reversed, it does can indicate, you know, this working with others might be more to your benefit. And so on some level, some kind of partnering or some kind of cooperative thing might be called for.
Even that
I
two
didn't
of
think about that.
even that Two of Wands sort of shows me a chance of that, and partially that's because in this deck there's an after-ish thought there, and so the person is with somebody else. And though it's reversed, I'm thinking it's still telling me that idea that the path is changing to include more partnership aspects. And like I said, I don't think this
I
is...
do want to throw something else out there. I'm going to throw a
All right.
caveat out
Go
there,
right ahead.
Mr. O, because I'm going to say this too, E.T., if this resonates with you more, because I can see this here. If you have felt that you have been doing partnerships or cooperative efforts, you've been putting that out there, and that's not paying off, maybe it's time to decide to move on from that. I mean, do you see that?
Oh my goodness.
That's possible too.
So that could be a possibility too.
I want to give you some things to think about here, some brain candy.
And hi, Estelle. We did have to move you down the list again, so we're going to go through that again in a minute, but we think we can still get you here.
Hopefully, it's a longer one again, but we'll try our best to sell.
Okay.
All right, let me get a Lenormand going here for esoterics. Wow.
Oh.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't know. I think you have to look for some signs and messages, E.T. This could be real physical messages, or I sense this could be messages, you know, from what your guides are trying to tell you, or your cards are trying to tell you, because there is fate and luck and destiny in there. And so I do think there's going to be some kind of synchronistic message that's going to come to you that you're going to take to heart and move forward with. I can't believe it's what we told you today, but if it is, okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can add to that. I just feel that there's a strong sense of destiny here. And I'm wondering, like, if one of your spirit companions or guides has wings, because I'm sensing it.
Are you
maybe?
sure, Casey? Do you want to go to the bottom of the list? We could do that.
Also, I want to know, Casey, is what's in it for me? No, I'm just teasing. We would be
I don't know what
okay
he's
with that if
talking
you
about.
guys are okay with that.
But that's very nice of you. Absolutely, Casey. Thank you. And I'm sure Estelle thanks you. So, Estelle, we've moved you into Casey's spot, which is a little soon.
But so we just wanted to close with
Yeah.
esoterics and just say, cool. I mean, like I said, I feel like this bird thing around you.
I just don't know why. You know, the birds are messages, but then you couple that with the clover, which is kind of luck, fate, destiny, synchronicities. I think that they're going together to say this could be a more, how shall I say, esoteric message coming your way.
So I guess it's checking out the ramifications of proceeding with partnerships you are doing, or maybe consider moving from that idea. But somewhere in there is all that stuff we've been discussing.
So, I Ride a Broom is up. Terry, you are up. And then comes Cheryl, Josephine, Estelle, Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, and Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, and Casey. All right. So, we're waiting on... Okay, well, there's a few before you, Pragya. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 in front of you, Pragya, but you're getting closer now. So, Terry, are you with us? I Ride a Broom? Hang in there, everybody. We're moving. And we still have more than an hour left.
I'm petting my kitty here.
Oh, you're very welcome. We always enjoy your readings. They're wonderful. Everybody go check out Esoterics Tarot. Absolutely.
Highly appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So come on, let me put, do you want to type in Terry, I Ride a Broom?
Okay.
We'll give it just another minute. My screen is freezing up again. So I'm sure people are having problems out there. Apologies again for the bad reception. We are obviously still working on bugs. Our son is going to probably help us with that, maybe a little bit more hands-on.
We've been led to believe that there may be some factor involving our camera and the uploading speed. We're not sure exactly what it is, but we were trying something different, so we may have to do a few more of these experiments, as we mentioned earlier.
Also, okay, I think we're going to move on. Terry is not responding.
Okay.
So, Cheryl, you are up. Are you here, Cheryl? And after Cheryl is Josephine, Asel, Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, and KC. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if Esoterics is still with us. I do feel a lot of energy today. I think I've had too much coffee, though.
No,
So
not you.
that could be part of it, which is why I decided to get really, I don't know,
It's the
unbalanced or try to balance it with some chamomile tea.
It's the full moon eclipse energies, perhaps.
Okay, well, hey, again, calling for Cheryl. I know there might be some delays, too.
Yeah, we're just going to have to kind of go with what we can.
I guess I'll announce now that in the next live stream and the one following, I will be planning a giveaway of sorts. And I'm not sure I'm going to pull it off yet with people in the chat, but there will be a giveaway of a free reading from us as I experiment with some of my readings as we get closer to pulling our business together. So be aware of that, and if you happen to be in the room at the time, you might be the lucky one chosen.
You too can be a guinea pig for Banshee.
Okay, I'm not getting Cheryl either. Did you type it in?
No, is it with an S or C?
Yes.
SH?
SH. Last one for Cheryl. Dr. V, you are second from the bottom. It's a ways down yet. I'll go over the list in a minute. We're going to see. But we already have had 2 people not showing, so we might get down there faster.
Did you not like it? Oh, it was too silly for you? It's one of my favorites. Kelly, I really like it.
KC, I don't blame you.
The movie is not really at all like the soap opera TV show. It isn't.
Okay.
It's a much more polished version.
It's true.
And the storyline is altered, but it's more or less the essence of that storyline.
So imagine if that's the more polished version, what the show is like.
You're no fun.
I know I'm not. I know. All right, so we're going to move on. Cheryl's had her chance. I'm going to put her at the bottom just in case. And Terry is there right above her. So we're moving on to Josephine. Josephine, if you are here, you are up. And then Asel, Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, KC, Terry, and Cheryl.
Look at your cat,
I
Mommy.
know. She's silly. Can I use my
Sassy.
shadow deck? All right, so let's see. We are on Josephine. Are you with us? I would type in the name.
Okay.
Yay, kitty. Well, you know what? If there's one thing that can get get us through a glitchy live stream is people looking at our cats.
Darling, you look marvelous.
Hey, how about that nice tarot border Mr. Monster put together for us? It's pretty nice to get us started.
It's a little bright.
Oh, I think I like it.
I like it. I like it.
It's
I'll get used to
summer. Meow. Okay, so Josephine is not here. This has been pretty wild. So let me move on the list, and guess what, Acel? You are up if you're here. Acel, if you're here, you're up. And after Acel is Pragya, Angel Mary, Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, KC, Terry, Cheryl, and Josephine. Ah, there you are. All right, awesome. Okay, let's do a yes/no on this, and maybe we can do a little more if necessary.
You lazy
Glad you
cat.
stuck with us, Acel, or that you came back. My frame keeps freezing on me. So I know people are having glitches.
I think that maybe we're going to have to try this again later today.
Yeah, I
if,
do too. I do too.
Mr. Monster is available.
All
Or
right.
we'll just see. And of course, we can do some of the experimentation on our own, he sort of told us, but we don't really know for sure what we're doing. So we might just be
Well, he
taking
did say a
random-
couple things we could adjust, but
stabs in the dark.
I'm still thinking we should take care of some other things too that probably will help in the long run anyway. So. All right.
Must be a holiday weekend because I'm hungry again. And I'm going to have Chinese food leftovers. What a great American dinner.
Okay. Well, wow. So it's looking good, Acel. It's leaning towards yes,
Yes.
and you have the devil reversed. And so for me, that indicates that, you know, you're breaking out. You're breaking free. You feel liberated. You feel like, finally, you know, something has come through. I do think something is going to happen. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but you know, it might take the better part of the summer, but I think something's going to happen.
I don't really know. I mean, summer has started in full force pretty much, but
Yeah.
I think Banshee's right. I think what we're looking at is that it's definitely leaning towards yes. And I'm thinking that what it is it represents an opportunity for you to feel some sense of discipline, to have a sense of order and sort of, you know, a schedule or sort of a routine that you'll want, something that will kind of just keep you focused in a way and maybe will build better habits.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it'll be something that I think you can build on too.
Yeah, that too maybe. Mhm.
So that's awesome. And I am going to take out the other Lenormand for this one, I think. Let's see.
And now that Sassy has left, some of her hair is floating around through the air and I keep touching my face because
So I would say also, Acel, that, you know, the devil is also a kind of a card of movement and liberation. So I hope you're also taking this opportunity to really, you know, get the resumes out there, to really pump the pavement, because that might be called for here. It's not just going to come to you. You're going to have to do some legwork.
yeah, in a way it really it has a lot of sense of Capricornian about it too.
Yeah,
and
that's
Capricorn
right.
is very work oriented.
Look
So
at
you
this.
have the capabilities really to focus here. You can do this.
We have the park or garden, and we have the fish. And so to me, this is indicating that God, I can barely read the number on this card, but it is the fish, and basically it's indicating that something good is going to come. It may come through some connections you already have, or maybe somebody's going to give you a tip. And there is going to be some good substantial money. Money is going to be flowing again. And it might be an increase for you. I'm not guaranteeing that, but it ensures that, things will start flowing again for you.
Well, not really knowing the Lenormand, the vibe that I get from that card tells me maybe you'll be outdoors more. Maybe you'll have opportunities to somehow be breathing fresh air in this work. And I don't know really what that is. I don't know if you're skilled to do certain types of jobs that would only happen outdoors, or if it's just an opportunity that comes to you. But I just sort of get that idea that there's something that sort of feels more relaxed or doesn't feel tethered to the normal work situation.
That's really interesting, Mr. O.
Why, thank you. I hope that means you
Yeah.
like it.
I hope you got something out of that, Asel. I, don't see the reason to pull anymore. It looks pretty positive, like something is definitely going to break for you.
You'll have to let us know.
Do let us know. I wish you the best. And take advantage of the vibes, You can make this happen through right actions, right timings. So definitely, if somebody gives you any clues or hints to check something out, I would do it.
Good luck.
Pragya, that would be you. You are next. So you are
And
up.
there you are.
Angel
You're
Mary
welcome.
is after Pragya. Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, Casey, Terry, Cheryl, and Josephine.
So go ahead, Pragu.
Yeah, go ahead and type your question. Or if you just want a general reading. Do you want to grab your deck again?
Yeah, let's go back to the Egyptian Nefertari.
Alrighty.
We haven't really used it for a full reading yet, I guess.
No. Well, my thing hasn't frozen completely in a little while now. I mean, it stops, but it's not. It was kicking me out. Vanish and next action towards me. Oh, okay. All right. Let's shuffle. Okay. We'll talk about that later. All right, then. Or unless you want to talk about it now.
No.
I want to see what else comes up. So he dropped a card, which we'll probably talk about in this reading, Pragya.
I have to take this off because this one's a little tight on my head, and after a while I start to get a headache.
All right.
Immediately I start to feel relief. All right. So we have the Two of Coins reversed, the Nine of Wands reversed, and then the Moon reversed.
Indeed. The moon reversed often to me indicates that some information is going to be revealed, Pragya. I don't know if they are going to tell you something or you're going to hear something about them, but you asked about their next moves. So I sense they're going to reveal something. Or do you think it means they're not prepared to reveal something? I want your opinion about this.
It could mean that.
Okay.
And then if it does mean that maybe they're dealing with what they want to say about their intentions or whatever, is sort of interested with that too, because of what I saw a moment ago.
Yeah, that was upright, was it not?
It was upright.
All right, go ahead.
I had the Three of Cups a moment ago, and the Three of Cups sort of talks to the idea of maybe some emotional happiness. It may be talking about people who are celebrating somebody's union or somebody's happiness.
Right. Well, yeah, but I'm looking here and I'm sensing with the Two of Pentacles that there is just some imbalance with their feelings. My feeling is that they have mixed feelings right now, and they're not prepared to maybe talk to you and reveal anything just yet. It seems as though things are kind of, to me, Three of Cups aside, it's kind of status quo. Like I don't know if you guys are closer, you just know each other from a distance. You might see each other at some gathering or something, which is maybe why the Three of Cups was there. But I sense that looking at the cards that we pulled here, I'm not seeing any movement yet.
I'm going to have to agree with her for the most part that maybe, this two over here really talks about trying to balance things and maybe feeling some level of confliction about everything they got going on, even if it's mostly in two areas of their life that say than their whole area. And clearly to me, one of them does seem to be about what they're thinking on their emotional life, whether it's about a super close relationship or one that they're starting to feel is that way. But like we said in the beginning, there's a sense that maybe they're struggling with how they want to reveal something about themselves, or maybe they're struggling even just with the core sense of their feeling, which could be about the moon. And the moon, to me, a lot of times in tarot or otherwise, can really just also talk about deep emotional feelings that are love or strong feeling. So they're just not able to put it out there yet.
Well, I see two things with the Lenormand I've drawn. I've drawn the bear, which is number 15. And then I drew the decision or crossroads or path card number 22. And so I sense here that somebody's got to make a decision, and I think that, Manisha's looking to make a decision when, they need to feel like they're in a proper mindset to make this decision. And they need to feel empowered to make a decision that they're not ready to make yet.
It may actually be that maybe the other person, depending on who this really is, you or Manish, that somebody else will just take the charge. We'll have to say, we've reached this point, this is where it's going to go.
And I feel strongly here too that they might be thinking about, in their decision-making process, what is the path that will make me a stronger person? So, they're just trying to do what they feel is best for them in the long term. They really aren't thinking of anybody else, I feel, right here, right now, except themselves.
I don't know that I can see specifically what they think about you, but I think what I see is that they want to have some sort of relationship with you. I'm not sure what exactly that is, if that's really a total relationship or if it's just a very close relationship. But I think they're struggling with having that or expressing how they want that to be.
We may have to explore this a little more at another time, because I'll tell you what, Pragya, I am sensing that, maybe the possibility exists to me that they may not want to hurt you, and they really don't want to say anything that would say, hey, I'm really not that interested. They really don't know how to do that. And it could be the other way, like he said. I have a feeling they are very mixed about their feelings towards you right now, and that's why they're afraid maybe to approach you at all.
And so maybe that Three of Cups then really means that, because that is talking about maybe something that's more considered a relationship, maybe this is saying, these other cards are saying, and that those two to some degree, is they really can't make that statement now, but they don't want to totally not make that statement now.
Yeah,
they're not
it's leaving
really
you
ready.
in limbo for
yeah,
sure.
they are in a way.
I feel that there's this limbo surrounding this right now still. So the cards are not sensing movement at this time. That's what we have for you.
Alrighty.
But I want to wish you the best, and let's approach that again another time.
I think that would be a good idea.
And Angel Mary, you are up, and then Nomad Trees, Angel Rivera, Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, KC, Terry, Cheryl, and Josephine.
We might move through this list quickly because...
Why, thank you, Dr. V. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
know. We'll see who's here and who's still hanging with us. You're welcome, Pragya. I'm sorry I don't have anything clearer for you at this time.
It is the nature of the cards that sometimes even we can't really tell everything we would want to find out about it.
Well, and we could keep drawing, but I sense that, this is where they want it to stand right now because I think they're not ready to make their mind up yet. All right, Nomad is here. Hang in there, Nomad. We'll just try again for Angel Mary.
Right, you'll be next one way or the other, either after Angel Mary or if Angel Mary has left the chat room, then we're going to move right on to your question.
We have somebody new, too. Do you want to address?
And Priyanka, we are not entirely sure we can get to your reading. We're in the last hour.
And we have a lot of names in front of you, but some of them might not show up. So we can put your name on the list, but I can't guarantee it. So if you don't want to stay, that's fine. But
Josephine, you were added to the bottom of the list again. So I'm not sure where you're at, but Banshee will probably get to that.
Well,
in a
you
little
are
bit.
right above the person I'm adding now, Josephine. So you're quarter near the bottom. But hopefully we can get to you. We'll just see how it goes.
Okay, we have Angel Mary.
Okay.
Let's hit it. We're going to use the mermaid.
So Nomad Trees did not show?
No, they did, and we...
Oh,
no,
we
it was
did.
Angel Mary,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry,
they're here,
Angel
and
Mary.
then
I'm
Nomad
sorry.
Trees.
Nomad, you're after Angel Mary. Okay.
No, you didn't, Gaurav. We just haven't gotten to you yet. We're working on Angel Mary, and then next is Nomad Trees.
Angel Rivera, and then you.
Okay, so what is coming?
In love. Okay.
And we're back to the Mermaid Tarot because it's very sensual,
Okay.
or so I say.
So you say. I just like shuffling it.
My stomach is not very sensual as it growls over here. I'm not sure what's going on.
My goodness.
You didn't miss Gaurav. We just haven't gotten there yet.
There's a couple more in front of you, but you're coming, so hang in there. There we go.
So we have the Four of Wands, Angel Mary, that's reversed. We have the Knight of Wands, that's upright. And then we have the Empress, and that one is reversed.
Well, in love, you've got a lot of fire energy here, it looks like. You've got the wands. Somebody could be rushing headlong into your life. This Knight of Wands. This is somebody who's very charismatic, a very dynamic personality. And you're not going to be told. You're going to be like, wow, well, this is not a bad choice, but I'm not sure it's going to end up going anywhere because the Empress is reversed. I'm worried that, it might come into your life, and as quickly as it comes into your life, it might kind of sputter.
Right. I see a situation where maybe there's something of an attraction, but I sort of feel like you'll realize that this one is not going to be the one that sticks around. Although it may surprise you at first, like I sort of will feel like the surface feelings in the beginning will feel like maybe this is the one, but something's going to happen in this one. So I don't want to, make you feel bad about that, but I just sort of feel like this next one will be fun in certain ways, but I have a feeling that one or either of you are either too serious or not serious enough for each other. And so when you're starting to explore that level, you're gonna just decide maybe you're not that interested. I mean, and maybe it'll be amicable. Maybe you'll just realize you're better friends, that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't see that there. So
Yeah.
we're gonna take a spin with Lenormand and see that. But that would seem to be the next thing coming, and it's probably coming between now and somewhere in the early fall. So
Yeah,
maybe
I
just
think
several
this
months.
is going to be sooner than later,
Yeah.
just because of the wand energy here. It's kind of quick moving.
Now, I wasn't sure how I wanted to say this, but I have another idea about it. But I sort of get the feeling too, like maybe there's an additional idea to the idea of a relationship, depending on how full you want that relationship to be, a particular project or situation you're trying to create, and maybe that's where the difference might lie.
So I have the lilies here, and I also have the key. And so, the key opens doors, and I think what the key is, what's going on here about this relationship is that maybe it's a maturity factor, I don't know if this person there's one of two things to me, because it could go either way. But I'm wondering if this person you might feel is too old for you in some way.
Boy, you just took the words out of my mouth. That's what I think. I think that this person is really interesting and that there's a lot there, but the age difference might be one of the factors.
There's some kind of age difference thing going on, I think. And it could be one or another, or it might be, that maybe for their age, they just don't seem mature enough in the love department. They seem kind of cavalier and maybe, still wanting to play the field.
I feel that too a little bit.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I think it'll be like a fun relationship, but it won't be really the one you're banking on or you're hoping will happen. It'll just be something in between this and a better one, hopefully. You'll enjoy
This is
it.
for Angel Mary, right? Did I say
It was for
Brad? I meant
Angel
Angel
Mary.
Mary.
It was for Angel Mary.
So that's what we have for you, Angel Mary. Hope that makes sense. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but something's coming and you never know. Like I said, the tarot's just a snapshot in time. Maybe, possibly, some of the kinks could be worked out here.
Okay, and there's Nomad again with their question.
Yep, I got it. You're very welcome, Angel. Let's see, is there any man approaching me in love? Personality traits and timing would
Thanks,
be great.
Angel.
We'll see what we can find out. Do you want to use that one again?
Yes.
All right.
This Mermaid Tarot really works well with the emotional and relationship related questions that we get, so I'm really happy that I've been keeping it around for that.
Well, I don't know if it's the be all and the end all, the bee's
Oh.
knees.
Well, maybe we'll find out. Are those the three cards?
No.
Okay, you don't want them to be.
You throw. Hey, when you drop more than one,
I see.
it is done.
Thank you for those comments too, Angel Mary. Thank you very much.
All right, let me go over the list, by the way, while I'm shuffling here. So we've done Angel Mary. We have Nomad Trees' question. We're next will be Angel Rivera, then Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, KC, Terry, Cheryl, Josephine, and Priyanka.
And some of those ones near the end, they've already been called once
Yeah.
and may not actually be here anymore. We'll see what we can do. So sometimes we just move through the list kind of quick in that last half an hour or more.
People get tired of hearing us, I think, and they tune out.
Okay,
Eight of
Nomad,
Cups.
you have the Eight of Cups and it's upright. You have the Ace of Swords. Ooh, I love that dramatic look there. And then you have the Knave of Chalices. And the Knave of Chalices is more like the Page of Cups kind of thing. So
Interesting.
I think somebody is coming towards you, and I think that it represents the beginning of a grand adventure for you. It sounds really poetic and romantic on its own terms, but there's sort of like this poeticness about it, like it just feels so meant to be in a way.
The Eight of Cups, though, upright, seems like it could be really a spiritual adventure in some ways. This is somebody that really uplifts your spirit, or it's somebody that you're really connected with spiritually. The Ace of Wands upright, or the Ace of Swords, I'm sorry, upright. To me, I'm wondering here if maybe there isn't going to be somebody else. But there's definitely some choices or decisions that you're going to make. You're going to feel also that this person is like really came like a, I'm not going to say a gift, but it's almost like a victory of some sort you feel you've achieved here. You know, that this is some relationship maybe like you've really wanted to have. And yes, the Knave of Chalice is somebody that's kind of poetic and dreamy, sometimes lives in their head, but I could also see the spiritual aspect here. You've got two cups cards. One is on the more spiritual end, one is on the more emotional end, but also dreamy. This is a really nice combination. I also think this person is very youthful in their outlook. You're asking about personality, so I feel they're very young at heart, and I also feel that they could be a water sign.
I sort of get this vibe that it's like it's so epic that it almost seems like it's going to be like, if not the fairy tale kind of thing, like it's like Fabio on the cover of a romantic novel, like, and you're like holding each other and there's a stormy sea in the background. You know, it's like one of those things. It's like seems like it's really almost more fictional, and like maybe at some point then it really settles down into something else. But it starts off with really this just larger than life quality, I guess is what I'm saying.
So timing was another aspect of this, and I'm not sure, but I'm wondering if this isn't going to happen sometime in the fall. I don't know why I'm getting the fall, but I just feel it could be. It might be sooner. I would say anytime between now and the fall.
Yeah, I think that maybe you would probably end up meeting them before the fall, but then the clicking and the actual, you know, responding to each other really picks up in the fall. Yeah. So now we're going to do a Lenormand and see if that gives us a little texture, a little extra idea there.
We have a little background noise because there's a party outside. So that's going to happen in the summer, I guess. We'll have to get used to that. Hopefully you don't hear much of it. Wow. Holy cannoli.
More nautical stuff.
We have the sun.
That's the sun?
I think it is. I hope I'm right. Actually, it might be the moon. I'm losing track. And then we have the anchor, which the anchor is all up. Okay, wait a minute. I just want to be sure of myself. I don't remember the numbers.
Uh-oh.
For the sun and moon. Here, up, it is the moon. He is correct. So the moon and the anchor. And so to me, this indicates this could be a very stable romantic influence in your life. This person is definitely somebody very secure and somebody who may want to stick around.
Well, I also feel too, Nomad, that and I feel like, okay, so you like to get readings and you probably seem to be a very spiritual, emphasizing person. This person is literally the kind of mate you would want, somebody that literally shares so much of that, or even if I've misdescribed you, they share a portion of that to the degree you do, and that maybe, as weird as it sounds, maybe right now this person is getting a reading somewhere and
being told the same thing,
and they're being told about you, you know, and so it's just, but I just sort of feel the moon says sense of destiny here. So.
Well, good luck with that. Absolutely, Nomad. Be curious to see if anything turns out. Wish you the best. And hey, Angel Rivera, you are up, and after Angel is Gaurav, Divine You, Dr. V, KC, Terry, Cheryl, Josephine, and Priyanka. And we've still got about 45 minutes left, so we're doing okay.
And you're down over there.
Okay, Angel. Awesome. You're welcome, Nomad Trees. Thanks for sticking with us. And my screen has frozen again. I should have never said anything about the screen not freezing. Because there it is.
One of your decks?
General welfare check. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to use this one, I think.
So I was surprised on my last day, which was Thursday. They actually did have a little secret surprise party for me, and I got a nice gift or two. And I cried. I was so touched. It was really very nice, and everybody was very apart, and everybody was wearing their masks.
Casey
And-
said that's a loud party. Yeah, unfortunately, we may have to think about this in the future.
So you actually hear it that well.
Yeah, I can bet. You know, we might be able to set our mic a little differently, but the problem is almost every room that we would do this live stream in is facing where the party will probably be. So we'll have to think about something in the future.
I may be doing a special project where I might do a meditation for another online thing, and I'm thinking I'll do it in the basement because I want the meditation to not.
Did you shuffle these?
No, I didn't.
You did not. So shuffle, Mr. O, and cut. Ah, very moving.
Wow, 30 years. Yeah, there's at least one person there who I think is about 30 years. It's really awesome. I don't get it. But
Yeah,
it's
I had a
awesome.
feeling it would be hearable. We have a pretty good mic, and I kind of, just from things that happen when we're not live streaming, I suspected we might run into this someday. So we'll see what we can do about that in the future. Oh, interesting cards here, Angel. So let me just see. What was it? Was it a
The
general?
welfare
What?
check. General welfare
General welfare check. Well, Angel, you've got the Lovers upright. You have the Empress upright. And you have the Queen of Swords upright. So it's interesting in a way. The Empress is in the, you've got two major arcana, and the Empress is in the middle of the Lovers and the Queen of Swords. And, isn't it a little bit like choices and decisions and being on top of them and staying on top of it? But the Empress has a lot to do with creative pursuits and,
Well, I think these cards favor you on that
Yeah.
welfare check there, and I'm thinking that
absolutely.
that if there is either the decision you're making or that is being made around you in your business or whatever, that it's very favorable that they're looking at you as being a part of where they want to go with the decision. I think that if this is really about your livelihood at this time, I think you're really favored by them. They appreciate the sense of control and creativity and good attitude. I mean, they see respectful things in you,
Well, yeah. And
not disrespectful things.
right. No, it's right. They see you as somebody who
Yeah, it's a lot of feminine energy there.
there's definitely the feminine energy and a very
That's a library, right?
and a creative energy to boot. So I think, this might be that creative choices are being made, that might also secure things or make you feel more comfortable about where things are going, some of the decisions that are being made. There might be some positivity there that you're going to feel comfortable with and you can work with. So I think this is all really good. Those are real powerhouse cards there on a creative level and also on a decisive level. The Queen of Swords, is somebody who is very capable of making decisions that really cut to the quick.
So, you almost feel like if this does relate to your work experience, it may sound like maybe you're going to be more involved in administrative functions or being in charge of certain things happening.
Wow, Angel. Well, this is I hope this is true because this is a very nice omen. We have the fox here. And this does seem to be work related in a way because we also have the bear here. And I'm thinking that this talks about a lot of security and stability at the workplace. The bear is about empowerment and strength, and the fox is coworkers and the workplace. And it seems like, you're in a very valued, good position there. You are in a good position there right now.
Right. This to me relates to the idea that if there's this idea with the Lover's card of partnering, of people, working in relationship with each other, then you're considered a strong ally. You're considered clever, basically resourceful to the
Yeah.
team.
And on its own, the bear sometimes indicates, your resources, and it just shows a lot of strength and strongness here. In other words, it's saying, there seems to be stability with work and where you're at right now financially there. Well, I hope it's true, because these are some crazy times we're still going through.
Alrighty.
So not bad at all. Really good. And if you combine the Empress and the bear together and look at it as a health vibration as well, I think that it bodes
That's a
very
good
well
point,
for
yeah.
health-related issues.
That's a good point.
So,
It's talking about strength.
not bad, Angel. Not bad. And so we are on Gaurav now. Gaurav, you are up, and then Divine, you and Dr. V. You'll
Thank
be
you.
third, Dr. V. KC, Terry, Cheryl, Josephine, and Priyanka. You're welcome, Angel. Good luck. That was really some awesome cards there.
How do you want to do this one?
Okay, whether my love and feelings for us is one-sided. Well,
Got the good old mermaid again.
let's throw 3.
All right.
I want to get some nuance on this one that a yes-no might not give us.
Right.
Well, we are in a condo complex and we're all right next to each other here. It's part of the problem.
Yeah, they are. Shuffle. They are pretty loud.
Yep. Okay. Let me cut them. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups upright. We have the Hanged Man reversed. And we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Well, I'm not sure that they're not mutual per se, because the Queen of Cups shows that this person, has feelings, I feel, in some respect for you. But, I'm wondering if there is something they just aren't willing to give up or sacrifice for you at this time.
Is there a situation maybe where other folks, like family members or people that are sort of around her in a tight arrangement, don't necessarily want you two to be dating or be together, or maybe that they have another idea about who, in other words, they maybe are controlling who they're affectionate with or who they're...
There is a third party. Okay. Well, yeah, because I'm sensing there is some interference, but it doesn't necessarily have to be family that doesn't approve of you, but it could be that they're dealing with some other matters right now, or they are involved possibly with someone else, and whether it's a good relationship or a bad relationship, they're kind of tied to that right now. But if it's not a relationship, it could be family matters that are keeping them from, you right now, and they're not willing to part with what responsibilities or things that are keeping them away from you.
And it may be too that there's something that they lack in terms of a sense of wisdom or knowledge that would maybe help them make the decision differently. Like maybe they don't understand your or other people's motivation or other basis towards a relationship. So maybe they're not convinced, that there is really a relationship there or where they actually see themselves in that. So they're not really sure how they want to react or what they can give up or if they should give up anything else in order for that. They have influence from elsewhere. So we're going to do the Lenormand now and see what that tells us.
Well, I have the mountains, and I have the tree. And so I'm thinking, in order for, I don't know if there's even some, there are definitely some blocks and obstacles here. The mountain means that, you have kind of it's going to be kind of a reach to, get this person to really come your way. It's going to take some work and effort in order for things to grow in time. And what I think this means is that maybe, you would have to commit to trying to accept the fact that this person might not be available for some time. I just have a feeling this might be what it is. They're really rooted to whatever's going on with them right now, if that makes sense to you at all.
Right. I think that the mountain, to me, also says that, right, there is no proximity. You're not in contact, but it may be also, too, that even if you were in contact, you still are physically not proximate enough to really have more going on in a relationship. I'm not sure that I totally agree with Banshee, but I sort of see that in terms of the time thing, because I'm thinking like trees take a long time to grow.
Right.
They take a long time sometimes. So I'm thinking like this may be the kind of thing that, like Banshee says, is going to work out over time, or maybe shows more promise.
And the other thing could be that it means that there are long-term obstacles to trying to move this forward. So I guess, Gaurav, sometime, if things do not seem to be happening, you'll have to make that decision as to whether you're going to wait or move on with your life.
I think there's a possibility in the future. I pulled a random card, the Knight of Wands, and I think mostly what that tells me is you have to remain from a position of your feeling and your trust in them too, that maybe you will be charged with having to trust where they're going, what they're doing, if they're asking for more time, if they're asking for a consideration, you have to be willing to trust.
Okay, we gotta go. So, Gaurav, that's what we have for you. I see that Cheryl has joined us. Cheryl, I'll add you, but you're at the bottom of a list, and we've got a half hour, so we'll see how it goes. Now,
it's the Cheryl that was here before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. You came back. Okay, so we'll see what happens, Cheryl. So I do have you on the list at some point here already. You're right. All right, let me go through the list, and we'll see where you are. Divine you are up. Dr. V is next, and then KC, Terry, and Cheryl, then Josephine, Priyanka, and we're done. So, okay, Cheryl, I forgot I did add you back on the list.
So you're about 2 down or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
so
4 down. You are 4. About 4 away, Cheryl, so hang in there.
Don't ask me.
Divine you.
Divine you, if you're here.
Take care, Gaurav. I wish you the best. Good luck with that.
Good luck. And your film over there shows me still wearing the hat. It's way out of line. I haven't been wearing the hat in a while.
Well, it froze again, and I didn't do anything about it, but my chat keeps rolling.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
What is the angel messages you're not able to see?
I've got my deck.
Alrighty. We got you. See if I can do this without the headache coming back.
His hat is giving him a headache.
It's a little tighter on my brow, and after a while it just starts to irritate me. But I took it off and I felt
But-
better.
That's the price you pay to be a fashionista, Mr. O.
Well, as somebody once said, you have to have the head to wear the hat.
And my big head does not fit many hats. So there is that.
I'm no piker in the head size department either. I'm waiting for Kellyo to say something about my green beret or my hat or head.
Wow, what a mixed bag this, but it's all good, Divine You. You have the Two of Cups upright. You have the Nine of Pentacles upright. And you have the Sun upright. So you're asking, what is the angel messages that I am not able to see? Well, this is really interesting to me because on the one hand, right here, we have like a relationship, okay? This is like a partnership, a companionship. Right here, we have you living alone and being happy with, your life on your own. And then we have, or just an independence, that there you feel very strong independently. And then we have the Sun, which is optimism and happiness. So what does this say to me? Maybe the angel is trying to say that, whichever way you go, whether you are in a relationship or whether you are on your own, there is big protection and very positive energy surrounding you.
I think that the angels are saying, love the life you have.
Aww.
Love the life you have.
And I think that's a very good message.
And if you love the life you have, that life will love you too. So I think it's just really saying...
very true. Very true.
You really just need to trust in love. You need to trust that if you love life, life will love you, and that even if you don't think you have what you need now, it will happen. It will come to you. And you just have to believe that love is the quality of how you see things, seen from your heart.
I don't know. I think he's just really in tune with that. But that is very true because, the Two of Cups is a card of duality, but also this is loving you for who you are. Both sides of you, your light and your shadow side, and integrating that into being this whole, very strong, very good person who's enjoying their life. And that in and of itself brings positive energy and more happiness to you.
It's funny that you mention, your shadow, because
Yeah.
without the light of the sun, you cannot have a shadow. You
Ah.
need the light and the dark to be complete.
And that's why we're a team.
So let's do a Lenormand for Divine.
Yes, we will.
And
Very
yes,
nice reading so far.
Mr. O looks very suave. Thank you, Casey. I think green's my color. I was looking in the mirror and I said, with the green beret and the green shirt, my eyes look really green today. It's probably hard to tell from this cast here, but they do. They just sort of reflect the color sometimes. Specifically green, not blue as much.
Well, I think this is just a general message here. I've got the clouds, and you notice there's a dark and light side to the clouds. Because of the way I drew the cards, the dark side is facing the bear. And the bear is about your self-empowerment, your self-esteem. And I think that what this is trying to say is, don't let the little annoyances in life, maybe the little failures or little missteps, bring you down. Because that, I think Spirit sees sometimes that you're easy to get down on yourself, and don't be so hard on yourself. I think Spirit wants to drive that message home, that the good comes to you through, this positive integration of the good and bad in your life, the light and dark in your life.
Well, I think that, of course, we were talking about shadows a moment ago, and of course there's that
right,
dark
and there it
side
is
there.
again.
But I think that the bear says you are strong enough to really face your dark side, and that maybe from a surface point of impression, you may feel like it's getting you down, but you're really so strong to face it that it's just a matter of passing it by, and then it's moving away from you. And there you still are.
That's what we have for you, Divine You. And hey, I would take it and run. It's a nice reading. Hey, Dr. V, you are up. It's your turn. And then KC, Terry, Cheryl, Josephine, Priyanka. And we are done.
And we're going to do it. We are.
We are. Hey, I can be too, Divine You. It's not, it's easy to do to fall into that. But, I know that when
You're very welcome.
when I pull myself out of that, the universe responds. So keep that in mind,
Thank you, Divine Universe. We love you too. We love everybody. Well, except that one neighbor over there that plays their music too loud. We like them, though.
Well, let's do a yes/no on that, Dr. V, and see what they say. I'm going to keep using this deck for the moment. And we'll see if something comes up about the partnership. If not, it might show through the Lenormand, or maybe we can pull another card and see.
That would be great, wouldn't it?
All right. So things are going to be happening soon. I'll be releasing a soul story soon. Next week will be my Material Matters. We're going to be giving away readings soon, so get in the chat and get a chance to get a free reading from us as I test out some of my unique longer spreads. I'm only going to offer one I'm not even going to say every live stream, but every so often, so be here to be the lucky one I pick.
Excuse me.
Well, I think the relationship is pretty stable by getting this card here, the Temperance card. But also, Dr. V, you've got two aces, so it looks as though it's leaning towards yes, that this could happen by this year, by the end of this year. Temperance is a card of balance and harmony and emotional stability.
And it's upright.
And it's upright. And I'm beginning to think this relationship is on fairly solid ground.
It may also be, too, that this is expressing the way that they look at you, that they feel there's a moderation in how you approach things, and this is why they are going to give you that PhD, because they feel you're even quality, you have balance and you have reasonableness, you're objective.
I really love this card. I've talked about this deck and how I love this deck. But if you look here at the card, you'll see that there's just such perfect balance. You have this side, this side. You have his feet planted on both sides. You have, by this table, the earphones on both sides. And it's all a perfect harmony. The sun shines on all sides. And so I think this is just a card of that balance and harmony, and it's maintaining, it seems like it's in a healthy place.
So yes, we think that you're going to get that, or it's leaning strongly that way. So we're going to do a Lenormand and see what else that might tell us.
All right, one more. Okay, so we have the bear here, and we have the lilies again. And so I think in this deck, basically what this is saying is that, your relationship, this partnership, is going to mature. It's going to solidify, and it's going to get stronger over time. So it might take a little time. Maybe, it's going to take the better part of the year for this to play out. But I think it's only going to get stronger in time.
I not only believe that also, but I believe that this is the kind of partnership where that person is okay with you taking the lead, you being the stronger person in that partnership. Or that's also the partnership you have with them too, that you're okay to work within their leadership or to have that sort of balance, because there was all this balance. So maybe you're balanced because you each know how to accept each other's leadership and strengths.
So we do apologize for the background noise, which is our party next door. Hopefully it's not interfering too much. And I hope you enjoyed that reading, Dr. V. This looks very positive now. So hopefully that's going to work out for you. So we're going to move on to KC. KC, your time has come. And then Terry, Cheryl, Josephine, Priyanka.
And we have another request to be on the list, but I'm not sure we can get to you.
I'm not sure, Chris. It's going to be rough. We'll see if we can fit you in.
We're literally in the last 15 or so minutes of our show, so.
But there might be a person or two who has left, that's on the list. And if that's the case, we'll fit you in. But we're going to cut it off with Chris. Oh, okay.
Good luck, Dr. Victor.
Good luck with that. That sounds like it's on the right track then.
All right, so we are waiting for KC, who will tell me that I am suave. Oh, wait, you already did that. You can tell me again. Go ahead.
So, Casey, you are up, and then Terry, Cheryl, Josephine, Priyanka, and Chris, if we can get to Chris. But we will definitely cut it off with Chris. The mermaid duck for Casey.
All right. Something's fishy, eh?
Oh, it looks like my camera froze again. Very suave, Mr. O. Don't make him blush now, Casey.
Oh, no. Why, thank you.
Ah, Summer. At least it's not fireworks. It could be worse. So I'm glad it's just music, because really, if we had a lot of loud banging, not to mention, I don't think I want fireworks in such close proximity to a line of condos. Not a good fire safety thing.
I just sort of have a ruddiness about me anyways. I do tend to blush easy. But I'm a ruddy kind of person, so I always sort of have a reddish cast on occasion, I guess.
Okay.
All right. The main obstacles.
Well, I really don't see any. other than you've got a heck of a lot of major arcana action here. You have strength upright. You have the Hermit upright. And here's Temperance again, upright.
Well, maybe you have to learn how to keep your patience. Maybe somebody says, keep
yeah,
your patience.
Okay, that's true.
Maybe somebody says, hey, be considerate. Be considerate of a situation. Don't try to force it to happen. And maybe it's about whether or not somebody accepts the wisdom or guidance you want to offer. Maybe somebody's going to dispute that, and maybe there's just a little bit of going around with that. Like maybe somebody doesn't like your direction and wants to force their direction. This could be what that's about too, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. If we looked at these positive cards in relation to your question, it's exactly right. Are you in a good place right now for what you face in the week ahead? Are there things that you could be doing to be prepared better for the obstacles that you face? Perhaps you need to go within a little bit and examine, and do some meditation, do some inner work to prepare yourself for the obstacles ahead, And also maybe this is indicating too that you need to seek, maybe to overcome the obstacles, you might seek some outside opinion or get some advice. Temperance also indicates to maintain your cool under, any circumstances. Don't let the obstacles throw you. Try to strive for balance and look for the things that will, don't let things go one way or the other. Look for the things that will achieve a balance in the week ahead for you. Like for example, if you've started school again, and you're working, do the things, try to find that balance, that healthy balance, between work and play and relaxation.
Maybe a person or a situation is trying to isolate you too. Maybe they're trying to keep you from somebody else. Maybe they don't want you to share information with somebody because maybe they're trying to keep them out of the dark. Maybe you're the one being trying to kept in the dark, kind of speak too. But I get a feeling of there's an isolating factor going on too that could be considered an obstacle. And Bex X, we cannot probably get to your reading. We're literally in our last 10 minutes and we got several people here, so we are sorry. But if you come back when we're on again, if I can get my mouse over there. Can't seem to get the mouse there. There it is.
Almost lost the camera, sorry.
My goodness. We have our schedule here. My mouse just won't work here. What's going on?
That's interesting.
It's what I told you about.
Oh, because you put it up there again, and we shouldn't have it up there. Okay.
It was there when you put it there. I didn't put it there. You put it there. We're going to argue now.
Yeah, but I had said to take it off of there. So
we are on Thursdays and Sundays at the times listed there. So hopefully Bex can come back and see it.
So we have the house here, and we have the rope, or the broom, KC. Sounds to me like you need to get your house in order, so to speak. So maybe that's some of the obstacles here, I think, confronting you. And I'm going to go just a little bit off tangent about this a little bit and maybe say it's about, organizing things, maybe in your home environment. Make sure that, your home environment is a place that you can find that balance and that refuge in where you can do the inner work you need, so if you need to clean house literally or figuratively, clear out the clutter in your head, that might be what needs to be done.
Well, if you're going to go on a tangent, I can too.
Okay.
And just say maybe this really is all about your home life more than anything else, and that maybe this is really saying these are all the things here. Like your home is your solitude, and it's
your
where,
fortress of solitude,
and where you get your strength from. But you just really have to have things balanced at this time right now, because maybe there are things that are trying to sweep that away from you. I mean, maybe there are challenges to your pattern of your life or where and how you live. So maybe that's the obstacles that are coming up.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So that's what we have for you, Casey. I hope that helps. Thanks for waiting, and thanks for letting us all take your place earlier. That was really nice of you. And hey, Terry, I ride a broom. Are you back? If you're not, we're going to move on. So we'll give Terry a moment if you want to put in the name.
Yes, if I can get.
Oh, or I could do it. Let me do it.
I can do it now.
Oh, okay. Because my camera just froze again. You're very welcome. Those were some powerhouse cards there. It was really interesting, when we get, it's always interesting when somebody's asking a reading about obstacles, and it's like, wow, these all look really positive. But on the, maybe you have no obstacles, but really,
got to sit with it a little bit.
You got to work with it a little bit, yeah. Because I do think that was pretty apropos.
So I have a feeling that Terry is not with
here.
us, so we're going to move on.
Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, you are up if you're still with us.
This is kind of like the lightning round of some game show.
So Cheryl, Josephine, Priyanka, and Chris, if you're still with us. So these are the last ones we're doing today, and we'll probably go into a little overtime to get them done. But that's where we've cut the list off.
And I've typed in Cheryl's name. They were here a few minutes back.
So we'll see. Just type your question, Cheryl, and let's go for it. I'll give you these back, and I'll get out the animal deck again. Been a while for that. Oh, Josephine, you hang in there, Josephine. We'll give you that in just a minute. We want to see if Cheryl's here. She's right in front of you.
I have a feeling that Cheryl is not here and that we should go on to Josephine.
Just in one moment longer. I just want to be sure because we have these delays.
Is that a Nickelback song? No, that's Lifeboat or Lifehouse. Okay.
Okay, I think we've waited.
We're going to do your question, Josephine.
Josephine, we're going to do your question, and if Cheryl comes in, we'll do her after. And we'll just keep going through this list. All right, shuffle. Okay, Josephine, you are up.
For Josephine. Very good.
King of Cups reversed. Oh, King of Pentacles upright.
Hold on a moment.
Oh.
I'm not quite there. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Then the King of Pentacles upright.
2 kings? Wow.
Holy moly. And then there's the Ten of Swords. Well, Josephine, this is a really mixed bag. But I have a feeling the Ten of Swords is tied to this King of Cups reversed. And so if this is a relationship that maybe you were involved in recently, or it could be something coming that is very negative. I mean, this person is very bad news. So this might be something that you're leaving and has left a mark on you. I mean, it's been very hurtful. It's been very destructive. But the King of Pentacles is here. And the King of Pentacles is an earth sign. And I think somebody who could bring a lot of stability and structure into your life. They also could bring some money as well. They seem to have some financial, they're financially well off. They might work for the financial industry. They seem to be a very stable person compared to this person here who maybe had only their own interests at heart. And in a sense, they were a real heartbreaker. And I almost think this is somebody from your past. Does this make sense to you at all?
I also feel, too, that it's not current, at least as far as what that Ten of Swords is telling us, that it's probably the fact that maybe the relationships were twined in a certain way, like you knew both people at the same time, and maybe the one person was trying to be helpful to you during your times of trouble, like maybe it was somebody to lean on. And I don't necessarily know that you thought that they were a relationship or that they thought you were a relationship. They just really wanted to help you, and you needed their help maybe when this was happening.
So, yeah, and the Ten of Swords just kind of indicates to me, too, that maybe when you think things have hit real bottom, because that card is a very heavy card when it's upright, you know, that things will start to open up and happen, because I do think that somebody is coming.
So we're going to do Lenormand now and see what that tells us. And maybe these aren't exactly things here, too. Maybe these are things that don't represent actual occurrences, because kings could also just be feelings going on, too. It could just mean, too, that what you're feeling is that there's been some devastating feelings about being in romance. Maybe you have a hard time with trusting people. Maybe you have had a broken heart before, or had relationships end really badly. Maybe you've lost considerable things in a relationship.
Well, I drew that darn cross card first, but it's followed by the bouquet. And so what I'm thinking is that, you know, it's almost like as a gift, you're letting a grieving process go. It's like, you know, or you may receive a, you know, it's like this new relationship might be the gift coming to you that will allow you to let past pain go. Past pain, past sorrow, and grieving.
I think so, too. I think that this cross relates to the Ten of Swords and, of course, the King of Swords. So I do think that maybe there was something that was just not really good in the past or hurtful. But this does relate to the King of Pentacles, the idea that maybe something more solid, something more balanced is coming.
And I see what you're saying there. And yeah, it may not be somebody you know. It could be that person. It could be somebody else that you have not yet met. I can't give you an exact timing on this. I think it's probably not going to happen. Again, this looks like the fall to me. But let me double check something here.
Well, with Pentacles, it
Fall
could be
or
longer.
possibly longer.
Yeah.
So it's still to come. But like he said, maybe it's possible it is somebody, that you know. I'm not so certain about that.
Well, I'm not really either. Yeah. But I do think that it'll just be better.
I agree with that. Yep.
It may just be that it might be more likely it's going to be more than 6 months from now, like more into the next year from a time point of view. I won't say exactly that it could be a Capricorn, but it could be somebody like a Capricorn, somebody with earth qualities.
Well, that's what we have for you, Josephine. Wishing you the best as always. Good luck.
Good luck.
And hey, Priyanka, you are up. And then Chris, and we call it a day. So hopefully you're both still here.
So if Chris is here, or Priyanka?
You're welcome, Josephine.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Do you want to use one of your decks?
Well, maybe we could use the Golden Nefertari. It's been a heck of a session for us, Banshee.
Yes, I know. And sorry again for the technical difficulties you might be experiencing and some of the noise outside. It is summer in the city here, I guess.
So we're going to call for Priyanka again, and I'm going to go ahead and put their name in.
I did.
Ah. And we'll just wait a moment, but it may be that they're not here. And then we'll just see if Chris is here.
And Chris, are you here?
Chris, bad or back, if you're here.
I know, Casey. Well, we were kind of a little on the slower side Thursday, but it was real fun because some of his former coworkers came to bid him farewell for the retirement, and we got to read for them.
So cool.
It was very awesome. Yeah, we've had fun.
Hi, Chris. I guess we can take you.
We'll go ahead with you since Priyanka has not answered, and if they come back, we'll do them after you.
Did you have a specific question, or are you just looking for a general reading?
Says love reading. I'm going to meet someone soon. Why don't we do a 3-card?
Okay.
We might be able to do a yes/no depending on what we see.
Alrighty.
Thanks for joining us, Chris, and we'll see what we get here for you.
And if you like us, please go ahead and like our cast and or subscribe and indicate you want notifications.
And you can join us again and maybe get further up on the list next time. Thanks for sticking with us because we've had so many technical difficulties, other things today.
Yeah, we might have to experiment more later today and see if we can get our buffering down right.
All right. Well, whoa. Ironically enough, we've got the 10 of Swords again. And then we have the 9 of Wands upright. And then we have the World, and it's reversed. So...
Was the last relationship kind of disastrous? Did it end really maybe poorly? Just wondering, because the 10 of Swords may indicate that there was some, bad ending there.
Well, and as that's the first card we drew, I'm wondering if this was fairly recent, possibly, Chris, or some disappointment. Something has happened that has put you in a very, maybe down on your luck place. But the Knight of Wands seems to indicate that you're trying to turn this around, because the Knight of Wands upright indicates to me that you are preparing yourself for, a new relationship or something new to enter your life. You're ready, really. You've kind of faced, some hard times, some difficulties, and you are ready to move forward. But the world is saying, not just yet. the world is reversed, and it's kind of saying there's still a little bit of a delay, that maybe the universe is just not ready to give you that opportunity yet, that more has to be done.
Well, I hear you, Chris. While the Ten of Swords does not speak specifically
True.
to a relationship, it does speak to the idea that maybe there is some considerable bad energy or situations in your past. Maybe there was violence in your past. Maybe there was a passing, somebody you really cared for that maybe was in a relationship, but it could indicate a past that has a certain level of strife or adversity going on in it. Now, with the Nine of Wands, I see what she's saying here too, that you are basically trying to keep yourself in a position where you're ready to enact or to engage as you need to. With the World reversed, my feeling here is that it's not going to be exactly what you want. You're going to feel, if you've been single for years, you're probably really used to that. And maybe you're the kind of person that doesn't necessarily have really strong relationships. You might have situations. You might be more of a dating kind of person, and that maybe you don't stay with one person long. So the overall idea is that I don't see a lot of that changing for you, that you may just really not have found maybe the relationship you're looking for, but your attitude really is you want to be ready for that. You are thinking you could be ready for that.
The Ten of Swords can also indicate to me here that, and I'm looking at that because we got the Ten of Swords here, and then we've got the World on the other end with the Wands in the middle. And it's like, even though you feel ready, what maybe in your psyche might be holding you back from getting that relationship? There's something here that is unresolved. Some pain, some struggle that may be unresolved and is yet holding you back in some way. I'm going to see if the Lenormand can touch on any of this at all.
That's a good point. I mean, a person who normally feels that they're blocked in finding relationships, they may not have addressed some area of healing that they need to. Sometimes it's known as the sacred wound, a trauma of the past, of childhood perhaps. Sometimes we can all be in denial about those things and we may not be able to acknowledge them. I'm not trying to suggest that. I'm just saying it is a consideration.
Well, this is an interesting combination, Chris. I've got the Sun, which I drew first, and then I have the Ship. And so this is really interesting because it kind of says to me that something positive will happen, if you start taking a journey of some sort. This could be a metaphorical journey. This could be a journey in consciousness. In other words, you shift your frame of thinking to a more positive perspective that will attract, a positive relationship in your life. This may also mean that you may actually have to physically travel to achieve what you're looking for. In other words, or somebody may be coming to you from a distance eventually.
Yeah, it could mean that. I'm more likely thinking it's metaphoric. I think that for a lot of us, options to do a lot of travel and moving are really limited right now. But I also feel, too, that Sun card kind of tells me a little bit towards the idea of, excuse me, a relationship. I think that the Sun card can speak to the idea of people being bonded with each other, being close to each other. I'm not saying it's a definite. I'm just saying that maybe this is a clue for the future here, saying you need to continue to keep yourself open to that idea.
Right. And I feel that you are on, it looks to me with the Sun coming up here the way it is, that you are on the road to this. I think it is a matter of time that something can shift and change and develop.
Mr. O has suddenly gotten really sleepy.
Right. And I see we have a new person. So now, and I apologize. So now we are done for the day. But we appreciate you stopping in. If you have liked and subscribed, click on the notification button so that when we go live, you can get in the stream sooner and we'll be able to read for you. But we're in overtime already, so we have to call it quits with Chris's reading. Well, Chris, I don't know if that's what you needed to hear, but that's what we have for you today. And please feel free to come back and explore this more with us. And thanks for hanging on with us.
So that's it for another session of Tarot for today.
And please join us again next time, and Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we'll see you then. Bye-bye.